Okay, peeps, so almonds have been soaked. Now, honestly, all of my recipes are eyeballed. Depends on how much you want to make. And eventually there is going to be an ebook with measurements and everything. I just do everything energetically. I just feel, I don't know how many I need to use, and I soak them. I'm not very left brain oriented. So just so I guess half a cup of almonds would be good. Half a cup of almonds. I pretty much have about like 25 almonds in there soaking, maybe 30. And I have 4 dates in there, and they're all organic. And,
I need 4 dates.
And overnight soaking, that's what I mean. Women are meant to be wild. Go for it. All 4 together?
Well, hey, since
Why
you
not?
mentioned it, I wasn't going to say that.
Well, one of the strongest women in Indian history is, Draupadi, who was married to 5 husbands.
My idol.
5,
Can you
and
imagine
it's
5 men taking care
it's
of the
beautiful.
princess?
That's right. And 5 ideal men. Yeah. It's supposed to be, they say it is Indian mythology, but it's not, because the actual battlefield exists. This is where Lord Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita to his warrior cousin Arjun. So this is about the Mahabharata. This is about the 5 brothers. Yeah. Each brother had his own individual skill, individual gift. And as somebody mentioned here that, and Shri speaks about this as well, that all the gifts that you carry in this lifetime or any lifetime are for others. They're not for you. They're not for you to profit from. They are for you to earn a livelihood, but overall the gifts are for others. They're not for you. Okay, back to the gift of nature. So we have 4 dates, and we have these beautiful plump almonds. The dates are nice and plump too, see? Of course, they have to be pitted. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the almonds, and we'll all sample this almond milk. It's unbelievable, people pay a lot of money for almond milk, and you see, yes, and it has gums.
So easy to make.
It's easy to make. Most of them available commercially have gums in it, right? Let me just take this.
And barely any almonds.
Yeah. Yeah. So one organic almond milk I actually saw added almond essential oil. Why? Aren't you using enough almonds in there? Why do you want to add the almond taste to it?
So that was soaked overnight.
These are soaked overnight, yes. Then we'll grab some water. Now what can be done is, this can be done later. Let's just make basic almond milk, and it is sweetened. The options that can be used would be essence of vanilla. In fact, instead of the essence, you can just take vanilla beans, the pods itself, and just add the beans in there. That can be done. And then options would be cinnamon. A little bit of cocoa powder can also be put in there, for the little ones, as long as it is pure cocoa. Now, for those on a FODMAPs diet for SIBO, SIBO again is a small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and FODMAPs is specific sugars, fructose, oligosaccharides, etc., dextrose, that have to be avoided, that are food for the SIBO parasites. Chocolate is not recommended. However, instead of cacao, you can use carob powder. It tastes pretty much the same.
Okay, is cacao and chocolate the same thing?
Cacao would be the raw version with no added sugars.
Okay.
Okay, so just, once again, I'm just eyeballing this. I would say for half a cup of almonds, you can add like 2 cups of water, and you'll get nice creamy almond milk. So what did I say? Cinnamon is an option. According to me, turmeric is always an option. That is wonderful, but that can be added on top. So keep in mind, almonds, good fats, any herbs, any medicinal herbs you add to almond milk are going to become liposomal. I add turmeric in there, and I add honey to it. If you need extra sweetness in there, right in the blender would be a good idea. Linda, is this plugged in?
I hope so.
Okay. It is. I don't know if you guys know this about Vitamix. It's you always stop and start in low speed, not in high. It helps preserve
Oh, the engine or the motor or whatever.
the motor. Ah, this smells delicious. Maybe I'll add some more water. I'm sure because we have plenty of almonds in there. You can see how creamy and frothy it is. Okay, I'll show that. It's really creamy and frothy. So that gives me a clue that I can add more water to this if needed. And this easily keeps, Amazon sells, I'm sure other places sell it as well, a quart-size milk bottle with the cap and everything. So I have this in my fridge, a couple quart-size bottles. It'll last you a week at least, the almond milk. It will separate. It is okay for it to separate as it stays in the refrigerator. Here's the cheesecloth.
No, I have the strainer here, but I'm going to give it to you.
You have the strainer?
Yep.
Okay.
I just have to mix that.
Do you mind holding this? They also have nut milk bags. Oh. And the nut milk bags are reusable. You make this at home, Paige?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to use that?
We could do it this way, or we could do it this way. I took too much.
And that's pretty fine, that strainer too.
Yeah, the strainer is good. See, just beautiful milk.
People like to make cookies and stuff out of it.
I'm a spectator, but
So I can't even boil water, so like, what's the deal with the cheesecloth?
you want to come see?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
it strains
So
everything
they
out.
don't all get chewed up?
No, so they don't. The husks don't come into play.
Oh, okay.
The almond meal. So you have like an almond meal. I think you're going to get like a good amount.
See, that's like milking an almond there.
Right. Almond milk bag.
Yeah. It's the almond udder.
Almond udder. That's what I was just going to say. There you go.
So you're catching on, Dr. Jodie.
I am. I'm trying. It's an education for everybody.
If you soak your almonds, can you keep them in the fridge, like to put some in your smoothie in the morning?
Yeah.
Because that would be, that's cool.
Yes, and I'll give you a recipe, an old Indian recipe or Indian Ayurvedic recipe, or actually it's more like one of Grandma's recipes for the leftover almond meal.
Oh, that's what I wanted to know, because we don't want to waste the almond
No,
meal.
no, almond meal is
Yes.
awesome. You can make muffins, cakes, bread, almond bread, banana bread
Ooh, banana bread.
from the leftover.
Yeah.
Especially if you are on the specific carbohydrate diet, almond meal is precious. Oh, I enjoy doing this.
You're a good almond udder milker.
Well, when you're trying to heal your only child, or
Yes, you
You
get
know.
good at everything.
you learn. I mean, as a vegan, I was raised vegan. I mean, people are proud of being vegan for 2 years. I was raised vegan since birth, and it's not an ego thing. It's just that's how I was raised. And to have to learn to cook meat with raw meat, with ground beef, and I was raised Hindu, so to have to learn to deal with ground beef and just to heal a little child, you do it.
Yes.
You learn the recipes. In fact, that's what's going to happen. I have, the thing about me, those of you who know me know that I don't follow any rules. No rules. If I'm looking at specific carbohydrate diet, then I have my own modifications to it, because that helps, that works for my lifestyle. And I've done enough research to know that I'm able to do those modifications without losing the core benefit of that specific diet. I mean, whoever invented the diet put a lot of effort into it. So there is a lot of respect for that. But, oh, this is so beautiful.
Yes.
Flex my muscles.
So when you started having to cook like meat and things, that was difficult for you?
It wasn't. It was more like meditation.
Okay.
You just go into a zone and you do what is required. And the one thing that was important to me was, honestly, holistic people, spiritual people are absolute. They never cease to amaze you. I know this little top of the hill farm in North Carolina, and the most amazing organic cattle, responsibly raised, sustainably harvested and everything. And she only sells, God bless you, Sharon, she only sells at the local farmers market. And this lady, she went out, she would buy a cooler for me, cooler packs, and she would ship her product to me. And she was one of the rarest farms that I found, very rare farms that do nothing to their bacon. There's no sugar, no nothing. They just, they just get the bacon and they sell it. There's no additives at all. As the circle of life goes on, as long as we express gratitude, as long as we know that the animals were treated naturally, no artificial anything.
Right.
And they were treated with love and respect instead of having like 5,000 cows that are, processed a day. It's okay to give in to the circle of life.
Okay.
That's what I found that helps me.
Okay, that
with
makes me feel better.
with my thinking process.
Yeah, it's a mindset.
Now, this is almond meal, right? This is beautiful, organic, sprouted almond meal because it was soaked for a very long time. Now, as long as something is soaked for like 24 hours, anything, I soak everything, rice, lentils, beans, as long as they're soaked for 24 hours, the seed begins to develop the properties or begins to think it's going to sprout, it's going to give life. So all of the enzymes, the vitamins, the minerals, the nutrients, they're all activated. They all become alive. So the seed, the almond itself, will give you all the enzymes required to digest that one almond. So whatever you need for digesting this meal is right in it already. Okay. It's raw right now. So one of the beautiful recipes that my Greek grandmother from Mykonos, love Nana, she gave along with my mom was almond meal. Then you take, to this, if you add a pistachio meal, pistachios and almonds, then you add 2 options. You can add organic coconut sugar, or you can add organic jaggery. Again, this is for medicinal purposes. It's going to taste delicious, but you're not supposed to eat cups of this. Then you can also add sprouted and ground up walnuts, walnuts, almonds, pistachios, and coconut sugar can be added in there. Mix this up. Then you can add nutmeg, mace, cinnamon. That's added in there. Shake it up nicely and put it in the fridge. It'll last you a few weeks because there's a lot of good fats in here. It'll last you a few weeks. And just take like 1 teaspoon and put it in your milk. Any milk you have, and it's the kids just drink it right up. It's very delicious. Okay, let's go. Let's sample some almond milk. Who wants to add, and feel free to add anything you may want to add. We'll just do just a little bit to see. Here you go. Just see how creamy it is. It's amazing. No. I think I'll bring it here. Please feel free to add cinnamon or turmeric to it if you want. And obviously, if somebody is going to watch the video, just remember, this is just for demonstration purpose only. Actually, Heidi and I had planned lots of podcasts and videos, but it'll happen. It's all about divine timing. You can't rush that.